Doing some welding.
Didn't think you'd be doing this, did ya?
Didn't, no. I'm actually standing where this video ends, but let's go back to the start and take you to 2 different states and 2 distributors. And for this one, we're in Tasmania. Do we gotta take our shoes off?
Far out. With the formal trousers.
I know. How you going, mate? All right, so we're here at CP Performance. They're our distributor based in Tasmania. Now, I've heard plenty of good things about this workshop, so let's go in and meet Shane and go through the workshop and show you guys what it's all about. I'm super jealous. So it's all insulated, perfect.
I get lots of compliments on the workshop. That like probably 90% of people do comment on how nice the workshop is because it's refreshing for people to see.
I actually haven't seen a workshop quite like this in my life. We use that a lot in our dyno cells. We've got 2 cameras in the rear. Yeah, really interesting. So that's really cool.
We're probably still in the growth phase. I'd love to put more people on. Obviously it's all dependent on workflow, but the future's bright.
So we've got 2 300 series, the chop ones here. We've got obviously 2 79 series, so it looks like there's one that's standard turbo getting multi-map. What other mods, that's getting that at this stage? On that one?
Yeah, just exhaust on that one.
Yep.
Had a clutch in it yesterday, so we'll get the multi-map done on that now.
And they've got this one, it's got a JA 300.
Yeah, so that's just had the full 300 kit on it, so that'll go on the hub.
Exhaust.
Yeah, it's got the FATS exhaust, the FATS intake, your turbo,
yep.
All the cool stuff. So
yep, cool.
We'll move on to that shortly.
Yep, awesome. So in the shed, how long have you been here for?
This is my 3rd year.
3rd year?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the size of the shed, it's a fairly decent sized shed, but it's really suitable for what you guys do here.
Yeah.
So what are you mainly doing in this particular area? Because I see that you do a bit of petrol as well.
Yeah, look, I dabble in a lot of things. Primarily, it's diesel tuning these days. Toyota's a massive part of the business.
I can see that with all the Toyotas around here, so that's really cool.
Toyota's probably 70% of what I do now, so that's sort of where the focus is.
So moving on, we've got a fair bit of stuff to do today.
Yep.
Understand we've got the 279 series, we've got a couple of 300 series, got an N80. I see there's 200 outside, so you've got a lot of Toyotas already here today to go through.
The more time you spend with these people, the better. Obviously, we've got big things planned, and as business owners working together, that's the idea.
Got some really good gains on this so far. This is our new version 4. Hasn't been released on the 70 series yet. We've done a whole lot of different changes in there. There's a whole lot of other functions, but I won't let on too much what goes on there. But yeah, some good gains. We go on there and we find it. So he's come up 100 horsepower. Yeah, so this is the second 70 series we're doing at the moment. This is a JA with a multi-map. It's not even 10 o'clock, it's 9:30. We've already done one, so on to the second one. So yeah, day's going pretty smoothly. So yeah, happy with everything, it's good. Just finishing off this 79 with a JA 300 in it.
The 300 turbo is designed to flow 300 horsepower at the wheels. Now on the hub dyno, you take the wheels out of the equation, obviously the power goes up. So that went about 325 horsepower at the hubs.
Runs about 28 to 30 pounds of boost. However, this turbo is a brand new Garrett turbo. It's not a second hand or remanufactured. It's a brand new Garrett turbo. Then it goes away and gets modified. So we've got a completely brand new housing, vane set, everything that goes with it. And that's what I believe makes a difference. And that's why we can continually tune these and get consistent results, but also get that reliability as well.
Oh, look at that. You go in there and you get sucked in. Those fans are massive.
They'll go up to 50 hertz.
Oh, that's where you're feeling there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, eh?
I could put him on, couldn't I? Do you want a job, mate?
What's that?
You want a job?
No. Oh. I've got enough to do.
It's the long pants. It's giving you confidence.
Confidence?
Yeah.
Well, I can barely put 2 words together since I put them on.
Now, there's only one thing, if we're going to do this car, you have to promise me one thing.
What's that?
Can you sign my dashboard?
Oh yeah, for sure, I can definitely do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can sign your dashboard. Understand that you've been using EasyTune for a while now. My question is to you, how do you like it, functionality-wise? Is there anything you want to change, anything that's different? You know, you've come from a background, a lot of different softwares you've played with before.
Look, it's pretty on point, to be honest with you.
I guess we're trying to make this as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And obviously that relationship between us and then checking data logs and having all the customer stuff on there is pretty important. Let's get into your car and we'll run through some stuff with that.
Yep.
So I'll get you to drive the car on this one and we'll go through and we'll check some logs out. We don't sell airboxes, we don't sell individual parts, we don't sell intake pipes, exhaust, any of that stuff. We sell packages, and for good reason. We want to ensure that we can put a package on a customer's car and ensure that reliability and performance that we guarantee with those packages. And to do that, they need to be complete. So please don't ring us for an airbox or an intake pipe or an exhaust. We do packages. All right, so boys are bringing some cars in. It's getting cold. We're about to head down to a steakhouse and get a feed and a beer and yeah, celebrate and finish off the day on a really high note, so it'll be good. All right, we're finally here in Coffs Harbour and behind me is a well-recognised sign, the Big Banana. We have the big pineapple in Nambour, but I can tell you right now, our big pineapple is a lot larger than this one. So I'm excited to see the boys at Banana Coast Diesel Performance. So we'll get in the car and we'll go see them. All right, so here is Banana Coast Diesel Performance, and there is another business adjacent to that called Banana Coast Batteries. They have been delivering batteries to the Coffs Harbour area for many years. I think it's been going for 90 plus years, a long time. So there's a lot of history behind this workshop. Now, Mitch has branched off in the last 12 months and done diesel performance and been doing a fair bit of that. It's only been recent they've jumped on board as a Just Auto distributor, and that's to provide the product to you guys and around the Coffs Harbour area to be able to have our packages in your Toyota. So let's go in and have a look. We'll get a couple of cars on the dyno, we'll show you around the workshop and we'll go through it all. So you guys do also a lot of other stuff here. I'm guessing auto lecky, batteries, bits and pieces, and then the side part is the diesel performance stuff, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. So someone calls in with a flat battery, needs it replaced, right up to a canopy fit out, and then full vehicle build through the tuning, anything.
I see there's obviously a lot of banana farming and everything else. Is that the sort of the area is more agricultural and bits and pieces that you see a lot of those farmers come through?
Yeah, a lot of that on the tablelands they come up, dairy farmers. But there's also a hub for touring. There's a lot of caravan manufacturers around here. We get a lot of people coming through with that sort of stuff.
I mean, Coffs is a beautiful place. I've only been here for a little bit of time, but yeah, it's an awesome place. Okay, so what's this room?
So this is our battery warehouse. We hold a heap of stock here. We have a lot of consignment customers that we deliver to and they on-sell. So the business was established in 1968 and it was actually a battery sort of factory. So they built batteries, filled them, charged them and sold them to the public. And from there it just grew into an auto electrical business.
Oh yeah, Toyota forklift. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a carby, but we can't tune it.
Carby. Well, you can still tune it, just be old school.
Put a lithium in it, they vibrate but nothing happens.
Right.
Nothing go wrong.
Yeah, right. What are they worth?
Oh, they range from 2 to 600.
Is that the battery?
Yeah, it's
Fuck off, that's the, feel that. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nothing in it. Are you sure there's a battery in there? There fucking can't be a battery in there. There fucking can't be a battery in there. That's ridiculous.
How the fuck is that so light?
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
It's a standard AGM.
Tesla?
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Forklift.
Yeah. So our dyno is 2010 model odd, so it's two-wheel drive. It does require a certain way to tie the vehicles on and make it streamlined for us. So when we are going through the cars, we're getting on and off, but you're being safe about it.
Really reliable. Great dyno.
It is, mate. Never let
you did really well. You nearly come off. Nah, you did good. When we reset the tacho, you can use the easy trim data log. Unlocking the ECU. So on Gen 4 and some of the later Gen 3, we've got to unlock the ECU, but on the 250 series Prado and the 300 series, it's the first thing we need to do is unlock the ECU. That allows us to do OBD flashing and also other patches in the ECU to do more functionality. So definitely an important first step. So as you can see in the logger, you can tell all the states of everything that's on. If immobilizer's on, launch control, engine protect, lumpy idle, like you can see everything, so it tells you now. All right, so perfect example, what that did then, you'll know. Yeah. But, so I've loosened off the straps. You can see it's popped itself out of the roller, made more power, because now you're not driving one roller, right, or two rollers, sorry, and you jammed in between. Because you got to remember, the harder you jam that in there, you got the tyre that's overlapping one roller that's driving and the back roller, so it just sucks all the power out of the tyre, gets wedged in there. You push it up on the front roller, that is the actual number that the car is making, which is more realistic, right?
I think when we turn up to these facilities and we look through our distributors, we're not here to try and make things harder for them. We're trying to work together and give them things that we've learned over the years and ways of doing things. DynoCell's perfect, it does the job really well. There's a few little tweaks that I wanted to make with just how we're strapping the car and how we're putting the car on.
See anyway, so that's all good.
All right, mate, jump in, take it for a drive, and yeah, let's see what you think.
All right.
You know, we've been through 8 different dynos in our dynos over the years, just from breaking them and using them so much. We get to know what works and what doesn't. 155 horsepower and I think 380 Newton meters. And we went all the way up to, in the top tune, 215 and 580 Newton meters. So 200 Newton meter gain, massive increase in horsepower. So yeah, it'll drive awesome. 10-speed auto, these things are wicked. They drive really, really good.
What a weapon. Best thing ever.
All right, so day 2 at Bernarda Coast Diesel Performance. We've got Ben. Ben's been running the 300 series up. He's just finished off our stage 3 package on this 300 series, including a service. I think he did the sump as well on this particular car. What's your thoughts? We've come from 220 to 330. It's massive gain.
Yeah, it's a huge difference on the road. You can definitely feel it.
Yeah, definitely coming up. That car was 536 Newton meters to that 761. It's a huge jump in performance, and you know, not only is it a performance jump, but still retain that reliability over them, and that's key. So yeah, I'm happy. Are you happy?
It's great.
Yep, stoked. Cool.
Must have for only 300.
Run it up, see where it's at, and let's do some revisions on it and go from there. And that could be, you know, 250 RPM either way, you know what I mean, like pretty easily. But we're on target really quickly here, and it holds target really well there, which is exactly. So yeah, just gonna move the dyno around a little bit to make it a little bit easier for them to get cars on and off. And also with strapping, we've got some techniques that we do at Just Autos that has made a massive difference to the way that we set cars up on the dyno and also produce, you know, the dyno sheets the way they are. So I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time here. We'll just set this up, change that around, and yeah, it'll just be a little bit of help. We're gonna go get some bolts and anchoring points. A little bit lost. We're in Coffs somewhere. We're looking for a nut and bolt place. So I want to get some anchor points and make up some mounting positions.
Matt's just shown us a few different ways, rejigged a few things, put some dyno bolts in the ground so we can tie it down, and from his experience what works. So yeah, really happy that he came in and showed us what to do there.
Just an easy operation with a better result. So I want to try and set this up before we go, just so I can explain how to do it better. It'll help them out long run. Oh yeah, we're way past that. I don't know, well, why would you call it East Land Trade? Like, that makes no sense. Just putting some mounting plates in for this dyno. So just making up a bit of a bracket here at the moment. Cut that one off and change that one over. That pulling down like that, you're pulling the car into the road. The reason why the center is so good, because see, even where you're drifting off the dyno, when you start to load it, it'll centralize on the car and you're pulling from one pivot point. So pushing forward into the future, the dyno cells are going to grow. 4-drive dyno, just modernize everything a bit, you know, bring it into the future a bit. And Just Autos and Banana Coast is, you know, it's strong together, and with that backup, you know, I don't think there's a ceiling. All right, we're coming to the end of our trip at Coffs Harbour, down here at Banana Coast Diesel Performance, and it's been a really good couple of days. Got to meet some new guys and go through a whole lot of training with them, and that's been really beneficial on both sides. So very fortunate to have Mitch and the boys on board here. If you've got any questions and queries into any Just Autos packages for your Toyota vehicle, get in contact with Mitch. He'd be more than happy to take any of your questions. And also, if you would like, you can contact Just Autos at Sunshine Coast, and they'll be happy to answer any of your questions also.